Good afternoon, I'm Josh Duncan, and these are some of the top headlines out of the KelownaNow newsroom today. Corporal Tyrone Wilton with the West Kelowna RCMP Traffic Services says impaired driving is always dangerous, but doing so near a school where children and families are present is especially concerning. His comments came after a traffic stop near Constable Neil Bruce Middle School this morning, where officers pulled over a driver who allegedly ran a stop sign. The driver, found to be impaired at 9:45 a.m. and handed a 90-day immediate roadside prohibition and a 30-day vehicle impound. That'll come with some pretty significant costs as well. Wilton says the RCMP's priority is to keep the community safe, and officers will continue to target impaired drivers to prevent tragedies before they happen. Whether it's 9:45 a.m. on a Tuesday or midnight on a Saturday, police urge people to plan a safe ride home if consuming alcohol or drugs. Kelowna City Council has rejected a proposal that would give veterans free parking, but it doesn't mean it won't happen in some sense at some point. Parking Services Department staff have been asked to come back with a different plan to provide free parking for veterans after issues were flagged with the original proposal. Councillors asked Parking Services Manager Dave Duncan about utilizing veterans' license plates for free parking, but that was ruled out because it would interfere with the city's goal of tracking digital parking permits and data for occupancy studies. A major concern was also veterans needing to utilize a mobile app to take advantage of free parking, with Mayor Tom Dias saying he could see struggles with the technology, and Maxine DeHart echoing those thoughts. She also pushed for a more efficient system. A new report about this potential program is expected to return to Council in the fall. The West Kelowna RCMP's new dedicated drug unit seemingly saw some impressive results during its first summer in action after being established back in April. The RCMP says it led to multiple search warrants being executed in the central Okanagan, with Mounties pointing specifically to search warrants executed in Peachland in July as being particularly successful. Those busts resulted in the seizure of more than 3 kilograms of fentanyl, over 1 kilogram of cocaine, 400 grams of meth, other controlled substances, several prohibited firearms and body armor, a lot of stolen property, vehicles, cash, and other assets, plenty more. Staff Sergeant Brendan Dolan says the early results underscore the immediate impact of a focused enforcement team what they can have on disrupting drug trafficking and associated criminal activity within the community. An Okanagan man is planning a trip to Australia, New Zealand, and Fiji after scoring a $500,000 extra win from the Lotto 649 draw on August 20th. Randall Dunn said he used the self-scanner 3 times when checking his ticket at the store and thought the machine had malfunctioned. But when he brought his ticket up to the store clerk, they confirmed his life-changing lottery win. He first told his husband, who was also in disbelief until he saw the claim slip for himself. Immediate celebration plans include a nice dinner, but the $500,000 check will provide a lot more long-term. Dunn says it'll make things easier as they work into retirement, and it'll also allow the couple to go on a big overseas trip next year. The winning ticket purchased at the Chevron station on 32nd Street and Highway 97 in Vernon. As Randall and his husband prepare to head overseas, the majority of Canadians are still planning and executing trips south of the border, despite the constant talk of a U.S. boycott earlier this year. New data from Angus Reid shows that 74% of Canadians have maintained or proceeded with U.S. travel plans as expected, while only 26% have changed, canceled, or postponed those plans in the wake of Donald Trump's tariff threats. Part of the survey's purpose was to find out if Canadians were holidaying domestically instead of going to the U.S. and how that translated to increased interprovincial spending. It found that spending amongst visitors to BC from other provinces was up only 3% from January to June compared with the same period in 2024. The hikes were bigger elsewhere, though, as the territory saw a 10% jump, 9% in Alberta, 6% in Saskatchewan, 5% in Ontario and Atlantic Canada. Of those 26% of Canadians who have shunned travel to the U.S., 44% traveled within their own province for vacation, 30% went elsewhere in Canada, 20% jetted off to Europe, and 13% checked out Mexico, the Caribbean, or South America. All right, wrapping up with a quick look at the forecast. Just looking outside here, another severe thunderstorm watch is in place this afternoon. Yesterday's, however, did not amount to much. Nevertheless, expect some clouds, possible rain and thunder on what has been a relatively beautiful September day in the central Okanagan so far. 25 degrees right now. Tomorrow's forecast looking similar again. Sunshine throughout, but a slim chance of showers later on. We'll see if that comes with thunderstorms, maybe another warning. A high of 27 tomorrow. All right, that is it for me today, but you can read up on all these stories and plenty more over at KelownaNow.com. Have yourself a fantastic evening. I'll be back in this chair tomorrow for another look at headlines. We'll see you then.
We don't just report the news. We live here too. We're your neighbors, bringing you stories that matter to all of us. No government funding, no outside influence. Kelowna Now.